As always, when I'm doing something, I got all the parts ready to go except for I forgot to do the brakes, wouldn't you know it. So I'm going to have to fix these up. Now, as you can see, these are pretty rusty. Whatever this come off of is probably sitting outside and stuff, but I figure it'll make a front and back brake for me, all right. But I want to clean these up and get all the parts shined up. I got to put it in a glass bead cabinet to do it. So the first thing I thought I'd do is to mark these brake shoes so that I can put them back on in the same place on the same backing plate they came from, because these are arced out real nice and they match the brake drums on a Allstate 250. And I want these brakes to work efficient. I mean, I could switch them and put them on different ones, but if I did that, if they weren't arced out just correctly, maybe one part would be hitting heavy and one part light, and I want to make sure they're arced out nice. So my idea to keep them arced right and keep them together in a pair match set is I'm going to stamp numbers on these brake shoes first here and on the backing plate, so that I know how to put them back exactly where they were. So this is the pin that doesn't turn, this doesn't rotate, this is the cam that actuates them here. So I'm going to have this down and I'm going to stamp numbers in here, and I'll mark one I don't know, F and R maybe for front and rear, and give them numbers, maybe left one, right one or something, so that I can get them back together after I blast them. Ooh, that may be rusted in there. Let's see if I can put it in a vise maybe and work it loose. Nobody ever greased this one. There we go. Okay. Now we can take the shoes apart, and I'm ready to go to the blast cabinet and start polishing some stuff up. Better turn off that camera. I got both backing plates done, cleaned up real nice. You could soak them in solvent and use a little Scotch-Brite or steel wool or something. That would have cleaned them up too, but it takes a lot longer. These in the glass bead cabinet, clean them up, took about 30 seconds for each one to blast. Just this one side. I didn't do any of this side because I'm going to polish that up. But and these maybe took, I spent maybe a minute on these because you had to do both sides. And you know, there was rust and stuff here. This is kind of a metal thing in there, I guess, that pushes on. It's not just aluminum, so it gets rusty, and you know, it's just a little bit more blast into it. The linings in here, I didn't do any more than just a very light, quick dusting with the blaster to clean off any glaze and that sort of thing. I don't want, like I said, I want to change the curve of it so that they'll work good when I first put them on there. You know, I like to have a good stop. So the next thing I got to do, of course, I'll blast the other two of these. So I'll have to clean these up. But that'll be easy. I can blast them, polish them on the lathe and so forth. And of course I got to blast these springs. Those are pretty bad. But all these bikes at one time or another were sitting out behind somebody's garage in the weather, rusting away. And there can be a lot of damage from that, and anything that is harmed by rust. Now, like I say, I've taken out these little tiny rounded off grease fittings, and I put in just regular Zerk fittings. They screw right in. There's not really much problem changing them. At least I don't bother. I suppose I could put a 1/4 28 tap through there, but it'll just screw right in, so I don't really think I need much problem doing that. They'll go right on there. Then this is the rear brake backing plate here for the rear brakes, and this is the front one. As you can see, I'm polishing them up, and I think it'll look better that way. There's a lot of corrosion and stuff from all the years sitting outside and stuff, so I don't think they probably look quite that good when they were in the Sears store, but this stuff here is rouge, but they have different things for buffing with. This is just made on a board, so I can, you know, drop it down once in the garage like this and get it out of my way. It's just a washing machine motor, a couple pillow blocks, a little jack shaft, and I put my buffing wheels on the end of there. Put a little rouge on there. Like that.